Hi, Chris. Thanks a lot for taking the time to be here today. We really appreciate it. As you know, we're opening up enrollment into the association soon, so we'd like to talk to current associates who've transitioned successfully, such as yourself. So thanks for being here.
No problem.
All right. Well, I just want to start with maybe just a quick introduction of who you are and what position you transitioned into.
Okay, I'm Chris Drummond. I'm a postdoc at a university right now in the Midwest. I'm transitioning into a study director position at a contract research organization also in the Midwest.
Great. So you're moving from academia into industry, staying in research, um, and I know this is something you've wanted to do for a while. So I'm curious if we can rewind before you've obviously been successful now. What were some of the challenges you faced in your job search before joining the association?
So at first, when you're coming out of the academic sphere that you know so well, it's hard to realize where you want to get started. So there's a lot of different information that you have to incorporate and really figure out what you want to do, what those positions look like, what those positions are called so you can apply to the right positions, and what kind of resume you're going to need to use to get that position, because the academic CV and resume that we use are way too long. So,
Yes.
so brevity and specificity are better.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were using a very long CV,
Yeah,
and you were applying to jobs, not hearing anything back.
yep. I applied to probably 200 jobs online through LinkedIn and a
Wow.
couple different places and got a couple of just perfunctory, hey, how you doing? We're not looking at this time.
Yeah.
Um, and then I finally, got into the program and started working it hard and updated my resume and the job I'm transitioning to, they actually found me. So that was
Oh,
good.
wow. Great. Um, and that's a really big change of events, right? From you searching 200 jobs to them coming after you.
Yeah.
Uh, so what do you think it was? You mentioned that maybe like the resume workshop and stuff, but in terms of the materials, what were some of the materials that stuck out in your head as being very, very helpful to you?
So several of the webinars that you had on the different positions. So there was one on study directing. There was one on bench science as an industry. There was one on clinical research associates. There so just really determining watching through all those, seeing what their experiences were, and then figuring out what I wanted to do and where I wanted to be. That was the biggest I would say aha moment that I had was I saw the study director webinar and I was like, that's what I want to do. So
That's great. Yeah, and that's why we've been doing this big push for different types of positions because people like you come in, don't know what they want. It helps them figure out what they want.
yeah.
Um, I guess the final question I have is, how did the private group help you? We always talk about, the referral networking group, and it can sound like it's hard to define. But for you personally, how did the private group help you?
So the private group was great because it gave me a sounding board for different decisions. So as an academic, we put so much effort into our decision making process that sometimes we can become paralyzed by what we want to do. So
Yeah.
it's easier to sort of farm it out. So for instance, with me particularly, I had a professional headshot taken. I posted several options in the group, and then people were commenting on which ones they liked. And I believe Laura Anderson helped. By running it through a filtering software and things like that. So it was really great to get that feedback because it took the concern of whether I was making the right decision out of the scenario.
That's great.
So, and then posting your resume and getting feedback and LinkedIn profile updates, and it's really a good way to sharpen your materials that you're sending out to people and that you're posting on like repositories for resumes, because
Yeah.
I think that's really what helped with me landing the job I got, is that it was keyword identified and it was really
Yes.
clear and crisp and followed the formatting that we use for cheeky scientists.
That's great. Well, thanks for sharing your experiences, Chris. I really appreciate it.
No
We
problem.
we look forward to watching your continued career success.
All right, thank you.